All right, Sierra, can you read our first learning target, please? Really loud.
I can identify evidence in the text and support the claim.
Okay, so we've been talking about evidence supporting a claim. What does that mean? In your own words, what does that mean? If I'm looking for evidence to support the claim. Amaya, can you tell us, please, what that means in your own words? And what is a claim again? Go ahead, Amaya. Yeah, it's your own opinion. So you have an opinion about something. Let's say we're talking about whether peanut butter should be banned in school. You all have an opinion about that. How are you going to support that opinion? Sierra.
By listing evidence from the text and supporting your opinion.
Exactly. Can someone please read the next learning target for us? Sean, really loud.
I can participate in an effective debate by using supportive details from the text, suggesting ideas clearly, and respond to others' ideas.
Very good. So talk in your table groups. What does that mean?
To affect a debate with evidence.
Okay.
Maybe it's like commenting or taking part in those ideas. I agree with Angela because by taking part in that debate, you're actually like doing something instead of just staying.
Okay, thank you for sharing in your groups. What does the second learning target mean in your own words? Bless you. Sean.
You take part in an argument and make sure you have evidence to back your claim up, and be sure to listen to others' opinions.
So I want to talk about what this means. An effective debate. If we're going to have an effective debate, what would that sound like? If I'm walking around listening to your debates, what would I hear? Shiloh, what would I hear?
You're participating in like commenting on others' ideas and making sure you actually like get part of the text.
Good. What else would I hear? Jaden?
You hear someone putting some good evidence behind their claim.
Absolutely. And where would that evidence come from?
The text.
Yep, from the text. Terrell, what else would I hear in a good debate, an effective debate?
Trying to get you to go with your evidence.
Okay, so I would hear people using evidence. What else, Hannah?
Well thought out comebacks.
Very good. Sharing your own opinion and ideas. And Sierra, what else?
And you're disagreeing and agree line starters.
Yes, very good. Using the sentence starters that we have been practicing with. So now, what would an effective debate look like? Not sound like. If I'm walking around and I'm watching your debate, what would I see? If you're having a debate, what would I see? Or even what would I not see? I'm going to pull numbered spoons really quickly. Can you quickly number yourselves off at your table group? Okay. Purple 4. What would I see?
People like talking and kind of arguing.
Okay, I would see people talking to each other. What else would I see? Let's go with red number, we don't have a 6, red number 3. What would I see?
You see good conversation and listing ideas from the text and using the line starters.
Okay, but that's something that I would hear. What would I look like? What would I see when I'm looking at you?
Good posture.
Good posture. Can you show me what good posture looks like when you're having a debate? Excellent. Why is that important? Someone raise your hand. Why is that important? Radu, why would I want good posture?
So they can hear you.
What was that?
So they can hear you.
Right. And if I'm giving a really good point, if I'm making my argument and it looks like people are not really into it, that's not being very respectful, is it? And I want to make sure that everyone's voice is heard and everyone feels like they have a chance to speak and to share. One more thing. What else would I see? Blue 1. What else would I see? Amaya. Exactly. And what are you going to have in your hand when we do the debate? What are we going to have, Chelsea? 2 popsicle sticks. And what is the point of having those popsicle sticks, or we'll call them talking sticks? Olivia.
So that when you talk, you put one down, and so you only talk twice.
Right. Can you only talk 2 times?
No.
No. What do I do? So I put my 2 sticks down, then what do I need to do? Al? Yep. Exactly. And that prevents the same person from doing all the talking, right? And it kind of helps some of us that are a little bit nervous to speak, because we know, okay, I only have to talk 2 times. If you feel like talking more, you can after all the popsicle sticks are done. Okay, very good. Let's see. I'm going to, move a few people around to make this a little bit more even. Let's have, Chelsea, can I have you join the yellow table, please? Just for today. And 4, 5. Yep, that looks good. Okay, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to assign you an article and a side of the debate that you're going to be arguing for. Your job is going to be to work in your table groups, okay? Before I do that, though, I want to show you the graphic organizer that you're going to use as you prepare for your debate. So let me project this up here. Okay, you will be getting a piece of paper that looks like this. On your graphic organizer, once you have your side or your topic, you're going to fill that in. The topic says, should youths be banned from participating in blank? And remember, our articles were about football, cheerleading, and dodgeball. So you will fill in the blank, whatever one you're assigned. Then, as a group, I want you to come up with a claim. Remind us what a claim is again. A claim is, Bo, what is it? Your opinion, okay? And this might be a little challenging because I'm going to assign your opinion, right? So let's say I assign you the side that says we should not play dodgeball. You might not personally feel that way, but your job is going to be to find evidence to support that side, okay? And then over here, like we did yesterday, you're going to come up with reasons and you're going to come up with evidence to support it. Where is the evidence coming from? Emily?
The text.
The text. Evidence is coming from the text. Okay? Questions about how to fill this out? Okay, I'm going to give you about 15 minutes. Here's what I suggest. I would work in groups, but I would make sure that you don't all have the same pieces of evidence on your paper. Because remember, everyone's going to participate, and if Cameron says her idea, and Cameron and Caroline and Cannon, and then we get to Olivia's turn to speak, and they've already said what she was going to say, she's not going to have anything to contribute. So make sure you have lots and lots of evidence, lots of examples. If you want to do more, turn it over on the back side too, because it's better to be prepared. All right? Red table, you guys are going to go back and look at the article about dodgeball. You are on the side that is that dodgeball should be banned. Okay? Blue table, you're going to also do dodgeball, and you're the side that says, yes, we should be playing dodgeball in school. All right? Purple table, you guys are going to look at cheerleading. That cheerleading should be banned because it is dangerous. Green table, you are saying that, yes, cheerleading should be allowed. And that leaves you guys with football. That football should be banned. Football should be allowed. Make sense? Okay, I'm going to be walking around if you need help. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Make sure you're working together, finding evidence. I will bring around the graphic organizers to each table, and then you may get started.
The first 2 seconds spends the remainder of the game sitting on the bench watching others. Others become human targets, which could lead to bullying.
Okay, you understand what you're doing? Okay, first you're going to work on your claim.
Like, can I imagine, like, people, like,
Jessica, did you find her?
Keep going.
Huh? Hello.
Hi. There you go. Okay, here is your papers. Go ahead and get started. Remember, you need to come up with your claim very first thing.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
That's okay.
VW is supposed to be outside.
All right, so your claim, what does it mean? What is a claim? Your opinion, I'm sorry. So what opinion are you taking on this issue?
That dodgeball should be good. I mean, we should keep dodgeball.
Yep, okay. So it could be something like, I believe that we should be allowed to play dodgeball in school. Sure, I think, yep. Okay, green table. Do we have our claim?
Nope.
Okay, so what is a claim again?
Your opinion.
Your opinion. So what would your opinion be on this issue?
That cheerleading,
should not be banned.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got something So, chronic traumatic. Okay, never mind. That's very. Okay. Wait, so what would the reason be? Because it would just be your claim, right?
So tell me what your claim is first.
Well, that we think football should be banned.
So football should be banned
Oh, I think
or should not? Are you on the side that football should not be banned? Because remember, banned means not allowed.
Yeah, you
So
assigned
you're
us
arguing that football should be allowed.
Oh,
Okay? Does that make sense?
oh, that's what you're saying?
So this group over here is saying that football should be banned and it's dangerous. So you will be having a debate with that side. You're going to find evidence why football should not be banned. Okay? So what would a reason be that you should be able to play football?
Wait. Oh, okay. Right.
Okay, work together.
Okay, so I
Krista,
think
what do you think? What would be a reason why football should be banned or should not be banned?
Well, it makes kids like active and have fun.
Okay.
I think it should not be banned because it's good for physical health, and then
Okay.
we should get evidence to support it.
Okay, good. So those are all really good reasons. So you can go ahead and write the reasons down. Then you can go and find evidence in the text that supports those two reasons. Okay? Makes sense? All right, make sure you're working together.
Are we writing the reason?
Yeah. Okay, what do we have so far? You guys only have 4 people. Okay, tell me what your claim is.
That football should be banned because people get serious injuries.
Okay, so I think football should be banned because you could get seriously injured. So what would a reason be to ban football? What was that? Good, you can get a concussion. That would definitely be a reason. Is there somewhere in the text that talks about that?
See if I underlined it.
So then you're listing as many reasons as you can and then going back and finding evidence in the text. So yes, definitely concussion was a risk. Okay. All right, can I hear your claim first?
Cheerleading is dangerous. From evidence in the text, we think it should be banned.
Okay. So now, what are some reasons that it should be banned? What could happen? Definitely. So concussions have happened, so that would be a reason. What are other reasons why cheerleading should not be allowed? What else could happen?
People have died.
People have died, yes, and that's definitely in the text, right? So that would be your evidence, going back and finding that passage or paragraph. What else?
There are a lot of
Concussions, so people have died from cheerleading.
There are a lot of cheerleaders, and like there are nearly 30,000 cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, right? So that would also be some good evidence that you could write down. Okay? Questions for me? No? Okay. Hey guys, remember, I want you to talk with your table groups. It is okay to talk, to share ideas, to ask each other questions, so you'll be ready for the debate. Yes?
Why is there multiple boxes?
Because I would hope that you would find multiple reasons and multiple different pieces of evidence. To remember when you have a debate, it won't just be, we think this. You will give lots and lots of reasons why football should be allowed.
What if you run out of reasons or options?
I would just do as many as you can. And remember, you're also going to listen to what the other side has to say, and maybe that will generate an idea.
Hey, Addie, what's your updates?
What was that?
I was talking to Addie. What did you get for updates?
All right. Can I hear your claim really quickly before you get going too far?
Dodgeball should be banned because it's too violent and dangerous.
Okay, so dodgeball should be banned. This might be hard. Do we have opinions one way or the other about dodgeball? A little bit. So you're going to have to come up with some really good examples from the text about why dodgeball should not be allowed. So what is one of the reasons you have so far?
A child who is hit first can lead to bullying.
Okay, good. Do you have an example in the text where it says that? Yeah. Good. Nice job. Jack, what else? Why else would dodgeball be banned?
The game allows strong kids to pick on the others.
Yeah, good.
In paragraph 2, it says the game allows the strong kids to target them.
Exactly. Very good. Okay, Zaya, did you find an example?
No, not really.
Okay, so think about why would people not want dodgeball to be allowed in schools? What could happen?
Somebody could get hurt.
Yeah, somebody could get hurt. Can you find an example in the text that says that?
Many schools have already banned the game. In paragraph 2, West Virginia, Maine, and Massachusetts banned the game in 2001.
Good, so that would also support your claim. Yes. All right, blue table. What are we coming up with?
We just, for the reasons it says the kids have a lot of fun when they're carefully supervised.
Okay, good.
I just put the kids on the
Why else is dodgeball a good game?
Because it's like what it said, hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination, good. Can you find that in the text somewhere? Okay, what else?
It's also good because if it's safely supervised, it would be a good fun game.
Yeah, good. Anything else? When you play dodgeball, what is it helping with?
Quick decisions.
Yes.
And
What else? Are you just standing around?
no,
No,
we're moving a
that's
lot.
not a good idea to
It's
stand
good
around, right?
Exercise.
Good exercise?
Yeah. And playground.
Okay, Emily, how are we doing?
She doesn't have anything.
Okay, what can I help you with?
Finding some more
Okay, so
evidence.
cheerleading should be banned. What's a reason why cheerleading should be banned?
This is why it
Oh, I'm
should.
sorry. Or you should not be banned.
If it was should, this would be easy.
Okay, so you're having a hard time because your personal opinion doesn't match this claim.
Yeah, and I wasn't really able to hire it.
Okay, so group, can we help her out and find some examples that you highlighted? Is the purple what you've highlighted?
Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have a lot more blue rather than the purple. So what else could we add? Hannah, what do you have? What's the reason?
I have the reason cheerleading is fun
Okay,
and evidence over 3 million people, young people, are cheerleading.
yeah, good. So this doesn't have to be that you think cheerleading is fun.
I have a lot of evidence.
Okay, so this would good. Can you share some of that with Emily?
She says the key to avoiding major injuries is teaching stunts step by step.
Okay.
I would never ask them to do a step or a stunt that they're not capable of doing and trying.
Yes, good. Does that make sense?
How do you spell
Okay.
coach?
So I know it's hard if this is not the opinion that you are on the side of. So you're just looking for examples from the text. Okay? Bo, are you doing okay? Okay, what other evidence can we find for this side? So what else can happen besides concussions?
You can get bruises.
You could like break a bone.
Yeah. Look at paragraph 13. What is paragraph 13 talking about?
head injuries.
Yeah.
And what happened as a result?
Chronic.
That's a big word. Keep going. A condition brought on by repeated blows to the head has been linked to what?
Suicidal death.
Suicide death. And these are some NFL players that they saw that that was a result of their head injuries. Okay. I know it also talked to you about the difference between flag football and tackle football. Why would flag football be safer?
Because flag football is just pulling somebody's flag, and tackle is just going tackling them.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be an option as well. Okay. All right, purple table, how are we doing? Good.
What did you guys have?
One.
Why don't you share what you have and then maybe you can come up with some other ideas.
Okay, so in the second box it says the game ends too quickly by children that don't have athletic ability. In paragraph 3, a kid who gets hit with a dodgeball in the first few seconds spends the remainder on the bench. It's hard to find like good evidence because we only have like 5 paragraphs. So what I'm doing, only like 2 of them are like.
Right. So remember, you can also include your own opinion too, or ideas that are not in the text, as long as you're also talking about what's in the text to
What I'm also
support.
doing is I'm picking it apart and adding.
Oh. So you're taking the other side and you're picking apart. That's a good idea. So remember, they're going to come back with some examples from the text. So you probably have an idea of what they're going to say. How could you disprove what they're about to say? So they'll probably mention the dodgeball is fun, right? So do you think dodgeball is fun for everyone?
No.
Who wouldn't have fun playing dodgeball?
The weaker kids, the smaller ones.
Maybe kids that are afraid. How many people have actually played dodgeball? You ever played? So if you're, sometimes it's kind of scary if you have somebody that throws really hard.
I played at my
Right?
house with a whole bunch of friends and my dad.
Yeah.
It's not fun with my dad.
Dodgeball is like water balloons. You will get marks because how hard you have to hit to pop them.
Yeah. Okay, so if they're going to talk about why it's fun, so what could you say in a response to that?
But some say it is fun, but to other little kids it is not fun because they get hit and targeted on.
Good. All right, what else can we come up with about cheerleading? Okay, so we know you can get injured. What else do we know? Are there things that cheerleaders should be able to do and should not be able to do? In your opinion? Have you ever seen like on TV where they throw the girls really, really high in the air? Do they have to do that?
No.
Should there be rules probably about what you can do and maybe how high in the air you can go? How about training that they should have to take? Okay, who should have to take the training?
The girls that are throwing them up.
Probably. Okay, orange table, are we doing good? Getting more ideas?
Stressful.
Why is it stressful?
It's hard to think.
Okay. How many people could use another minute or two? Okay, can I give you a couple minutes and then we'll get ready with our debate? Okay, please let me know if you have questions. Questions? No?
What can you do here without banning? And then paragraph 27 says
27?
25. I got paragraph 23 and then page 27.
Okay, remember, you have to include evidence from the text. It would also be okay to include your own opinion or your own ideas. and be prepared. So when they're giving their side, maybe they're going to say something and then that's going to spark a question in your mind, or you're going to want to ask a question about something that they said. Okay, so keep in mind too that there's going to be dialogue going back and forth from both sides, and you might think of a question or you might think of something that you want to say based on somebody else's response. Okay? All right. Are you feeling a little bit better about it? Not. What can we help you with? Don't know? Do you need a minute? Okay. Do you want to take a pass? Go ahead. Okay. Have you guys talked and shared what you have? Because you all have quite a bit of examples. You might want to spend some time talking about what you think or things that you could possibly say as we get ready for the debate, because you guys look like you have quite a bit of information.
What has my R turned into? I can't even tell it's an R anymore.
Yes. You're running out of ideas. That might be an okay thing. So remember that you're going to hear.
On question 3.
That's okay. Because you might come up with stuff as you're listening to the debate. Maybe they bring up a point and you are thinking, oh my gosh, I really have a strong opinion about that one way or the other. Okay, so you might be thinking of more stuff as you are listening to their comments. Okay?
When are we going to start?
Very soon. Are we feeling ready?
No. Do we have to fill out all of them?
Nope, you don't have to. And I told the other group, they might say something that might make you think of an idea or a response that you can add as the debate is going.
I feel like I'm ready.
You feel ready?
Yeah, I feel like I'm ready.
Okay. All right, class, can I have your attention, please? Okay. We have practiced how to use sentence starters and how to keep a conversation going. Some people are saying that they're a little bit nervous that they haven't filled up their whole graphic organizer. That is okay. And this is what I told some other groups. As the conversation is happening, somebody might say something that you might think, oh my gosh, I really want to respond to that because that made me think of something different. You can add to this graphic organizer as the debate is happening. If you don't have all the boxes filled up, that's okay. It's also okay if you want to add your opinion about something or an idea that you have that's not included in the text. Okay? Can you please, you're going to need your interactive notebook with the sentence starters. You're going to need, you possibly will need your book. You don't need a pencil unless you want to take notes as we go or jot ideas down. I'm going to move you around a little bit before we get started. So I am going to have the yellow table. Arrange your chairs so you're all sitting on this side of the table. Orange table, I'm going to have you move your chairs, or you can borrow from the purple table. You're going to be sitting on this side of the table. Can you please move your stuff and go to your side? Blue table, can I have you all move your chairs to the side by the windows? And then red table, you're going to sit on the opposite side of the table with your stuff. Okay, I'm going to have this group right here. You girls can turn your chairs. You're going to be on this side of the table, right here. And then green table, you're going to be on the opposite side of the table from the red. With your stuff. Okay, orange table, come on over. All right, as we are getting ready to start, here is a reminder about what I'm expecting from each debate that is happening. Okay, remember you have talking sticks. If you are commenting on something, I know sometimes it's really hard if somebody says something that you don't agree with, it's really hard not to blurt out, but we need to make sure that we're not all talking at the same time. We need to make sure that we are using our talking sticks, put them in the middle of the table, just when it's your turn to talk. Remember to encourage your group to participate. Does anyone have any questions about how this is going to work? Sierra, what's your question? You're stretching? Okay, no questions? So, how I would like the debate to go is you're on two opposing sides. I would like one side to start. Doesn't matter what person starts. And then the other side will get to speak. Okay, so you'll go back and forth, and hopefully the conversation continues. Now remember, almost equally as important as it is to be able to say your opinion and your reason, it's probably a little bit more important to make sure that you're listening, okay? Because like I said, somebody might say something on the other side and you have a very strong opinion that you want to respond to. So not only make sure you are speaking, but you are also taking turns and you are also listening to what others have to say so that you can respond. Okay, there you go.
You guys start.
All right. Groups that have their sticks, you guys can go ahead and get started. Okay. Ricardo, do you want to grab your computer and find an empty spot? We're going to con.
Thank you.
Did you fill Jose in on what he's doing? Okay, actually, Jose, come with me real quick, and then I'll fill you in. Okay, so this side is the side that is for football. You are on the side that's going to say that football is dangerous. Does that make sense? Okay. And you were here when we did the talking sticks, correct? Okay, go ahead. Jaden just commented, so somebody from this side, go ahead and respond, please.
I just like that idea because people have basically gotten brain damage from it, and in the text it said 2 years of Patty Pumphrey, who was 17 years old and was getting thrown up to 16 feet in the air.
I understand where you're coming from, but cheerleading is very fun. Over 3 million young people are cheerleading, and also 400,000 people in high school are cheerleading too.
I see what you're saying, but on page 181, paragraph 1, it states that 2 years ago, Patty was a healthy 17-year-old. Now she will never walk or talk again because she was injured while cheerleading.
I understand where you're coming from, but
Say something again.
There's a lot in here.
They would never ask.
I see what you're saying, but I think football should be banned because on page 186, paragraph 7, it states that that people are getting into bad concussions.
I see it a different way because it helps people be more active, and on page 189 in paragraph 29 it says, I see kids competing and having fun, and that's what it should be about.
Okay, can I stop you for just a second? So Priska just made a comment about how football helps people be more active. Okay, and I know that you're worried about finding the examples on the text. If you have an opinion about that, you're welcome to share that opinion as well. Does that make sense? So if remember, she's just bringing up the fact that football it increases activity, correct? So what would you say in response to that? Is there another alternative than tackle football?
Yes, like football.
Okay, do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean by that?
tackle football. Flag football is basically the same thing, but except you have a flag, and if your flag's full, then yeah, basically it's basically tackled. But in tackle football, if it's tackled, then you're tackled.
Okay. Somebody else want to respond?
Okay. See what you're saying, but football can be safe without banning it. I agree with you. But because on page 187, paragraph 25, it says that we can reduce 60 to 70% of head impact, and that's the first step to making it safer.
Let's worry about ourselves, please.
I need someone to say something so I can come.
All right, whose turn is it to speak? Which side? Okay. Angela, are you ready? No. Can we come back to you? Okay, let's come back to you. Does somebody else on this side want to bring something up? What was that? Okay.
Shiloh, you got 2 sticks. Do you want to say something? Since you got front and back.
Okay, so let's take a time out for a second. So in order to have an effective debate, we have to have conversation, right? And if somebody says something that you can't hear, can you please politely say, can you please speak up a little bit so we can hear? Because it's not very fun, Kaithea, it's not very fun to have a debate if the conversation is not going back and forth. Okay, so let's really try hard to make sure we are listening to what the other person says or the other side says, and let's comment on if you agree or disagree and why. Okay, so can we remember what was the last thing that was said on this side? What was the last point that was made?
Oh yeah, I said that.
Nice and loud.
I said that I know this because on paragraph 4, page 179, it says that hand-eye coordination and concentration and the ability to think and draw quick conclusions will help kids.
Okay, so he just talked about all the ways that dodgeball is good. So he mentioned hand-eye coordination and being active. Okay, so somebody, you're interrupting. So somebody from this side, what could you say in response to that? Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, have you ever considered if the child did have the athletic ability, they still sit on the bench if they get hit, and they have to watch everybody else have fun.
Okay. What do you think about that, what she just said?
Well, I see where you're coming from, but it says that with people who don't have the same academic ability, with the skills, they still can participate and be a team player.
Okay. Could you be a team player? Yes. Go ahead and share your opinion.
Have you also considered not everyone might like the game? Some people have their own opinions about.
Okay. Go ahead, Jack.
That's all.
Okay. Somebody want to respond? Ryan, what do you think?
What do you say?
I don't really know, but I think that I disagree with that because even though sometimes they might not like the sport, that means they might not have never been in a team sport before.
Okay.
Tried it.
Okay.
Am I allowed to go right after?
Okay, you're interrupting. She wasn't done talking. I need you to be patient, okay? Okay, what do we think of that?
Or if they don't know how to really play the game, they can use that as a target.
Okay.
I see where you're coming from, but if they learn how to play the game, they'll eventually get that athletic ability like Sierra said, and they'll be able to play it. Why did you say Sierra? No, because she said if they can't have athletic ability, don't work together, it won't happen.
She got 2 sticks.
Even if the child doesn't have athletic ability, that doesn't mean they're forced to get out because
When a person's daughter died, and they were saying that not as many steps were taken to where it could have been safer.
I agree with Carolyn because if you don't work together doing like stunts, then bad things will happen.
I see where you're coming from, but cheerleading might be dangerous to some people, but it's fun to other people, and they enjoy doing it, and
likely was that because a lot of people, well, some football players get bruises and stuff, so that means the body armor isn't that strong enough to protect them from getting bruises, cuts, or bleeds.
I understand where you're coming from, but a lot of people like cheerleading.
Adriana, what do you think about that? Can we come back to you? Miss Harris. Okay, thank you. Okay, class, here's your 1 minute warning. Please, if you have not spoken yet, now would be your turn. 1 more minute. Somebody have something that they would like to bring up that we haven't talked about yet?
Can we just give our own opinion?
Sure.
Even if we ran out of a sentence?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna think of that. Why is everyone looking at me? I'm not even talking.
Was there anything from the text that was surprising?
We pretty much said all the evidence because it repeats pretty much everything at the same time in the book.
Okay.
There's
So how
not
about
really
your
much to argue with.
how about opinions about the topic?
Oh, okay. I think even though I'm on the banning side, am I listening then?
So are you having a hard time with this debate because you're on the opposite side?
Yes.
Okay, so that is challenging sometimes. Definitely. Is there anything that you guys can think of that could have helped Branson's team? Anything that they could have said that they might have not brought up yet? No?
A lot of them get a lot of concussions, and they could learn, like, it could lead to, like, someone's head.
They said that.
That's okay. Okay, go ahead and return to your seats. Can I have 1 or 2 people collect popsicle sticks for me?
okay. So even if you were already injured, EMTs would still be there to help you at least recover a little bit, so you could at least get to the hospital.
I have a reason.
Go ahead.
In every competition, there's always some sign of a first aid kit or any other medical thing, just in case an accident happens.
I see where you're coming from, but what if the first aid kit or something doesn't really have what they need inside of it?
Angela put her stick in.
Angela put her stick in. All right, are we ready?
No.
Okay, Angela, do you want to speak real quick? Okay, can you have somebody collect popsicle sticks and then return to your seats, please? Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys did a nice job. Okay, return to your seats. I need the popsicle sticks, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right, class, I need for you to please open up your books to page 191. Once you're back in your seats, can you please move, or please turn to page 191 in your Springboard book. Okay, on page 191 is a self-assessment. What you are going to do is you are going to think of your own participation in this debate. Okay? And you are going to give yourself a grade. And by grade, I mean you're going to check some boxes. So there are 3 things that we are going to focus on for the self-assessment. 1, I explicitly referred to evidence from the text. Did you do that sometimes, always, or never? You're going to put an X or a check mark in the box that you feel fits for you and your participation. 2, I offered new support or elaborated on previous points. And 3, I spoke clearly, slowly, and loudly enough to be heard by the audience. Please fill out this self-assessment on your own. Oh, thank you. Okay, when you are done with your self-assessment, can you please put your pen or pencil down? And then I want you to turn your attention up to the front, please. Okay, I want to point out some things that I noticed when I was walking around. Okay, one is that for some reason, maybe because there's a camera in here, there's other adults in here, we got very, very quiet and a little bit nervous to speak. Now, I know when we've done this in the past, you guys are very, very vocal and enjoyed going back and forth debating different topics, right? So, I know that with practice, the more we practice, this will come a little bit more naturally. And then I also noticed that some people had a hard time if you did not personally agree with the side that you were on. That was a little bit tougher, right? I know Branson had kind of a tough time because he was on the side that was for banning football, and I don't think that is his personal belief. So it was a little bit more difficult for him to argue that side. And especially if I know there are other people also who personally didn't feel that way, but they had to find evidence to support one side, even if that wasn't their viewpoint. So thank you for those people. I know that was a difficult thing to do. Other things that I noticed is we need to make sure that we are working on listening to what the other side says. I think we were very, very focused on what was on our paper. Okay? I think we do a better job if we are just speaking from what is in our head, what's in our heart maybe. Okay? So if you are more relaxed and more comfortable and just taking in what the other person has to say. If Cameron makes a really good point, but I don't agree with it, or I can find a point that I think is better than what she said, I can respond in a way that shows that my side is the correct side, then I don't necessarily have to look and find it in the text. Maybe there's not a good time to include evidence from the text. Okay? So yes, text evidence is important, but sometimes your own thoughts and ideas are equally as important. Okay? Very, very good job using the text. I was very impressed. However, I think we need to do a little bit more listening and finding out when a good time to speak would be. Okay? I know some people did not speak, and hopefully with more practice that will come. Okay? And the more comfortable we are with doing this. Why are we doing this practice debate right now? What are we getting ready to do? Ryan, what are we getting ready for? Our actual debate for Embedded Assessment 1. Okay, so for Embedded Assessment 1, we will be doing a whole class debate. So there will be one side of the class on this side and then one side on the other, and there will be a topic, and then we'll go back and forth. And it's going to be very important that you're prepared, and everyone is going to have to be speaking during that. Okay? I would really like to hear from you guys now about what you think went well, or maybe what was challenging about this activity. Sierra, what do you think?
I think for me personally, dodgeball, the debate against dodgeball was tough for me because there's only really 2 paragraphs that states, and there's 5 paragraphs in total.
Oh, good. Yep. How many people felt Sierra's pain? Not as much information for your side. Okay, what other opinions? Caroline, what do you think?
Towards the end, we kind of kept just saying the same stuff over and over again.
Right. Hannah?
When you ran your eye out of reason, so you just, from like the text, so you're like, oh, in real life, probably, da-da-da.
Good. Jaden?
I felt that we had some good conversation and we all had some good supporting evidence to back our claim up.
Yeah, good. Al, what do you think?
Some people had to speak up, and
Uh-huh. Super important that you are loud enough that everyone can hear, right? Even if you're across the table from the other person, you still have to speak loudly. Olivia.
Some people didn't know what to say, so it was just the same people.
Okay, so the same people talking over and over. Shiloh.
It was hard because when you have the same ideas, you have nothing new to say. You just keep saying it.
Exactly. Sean.
The article just kept giving the same kind of evidence and just saying it in a different way, but the same thing over and over.
Right.
So you can really make a difference to it.
Right. Okay. We have just a few more minutes before you are going to math. I know that there are very strong opinions in here about dodgeball. Yes? Okay, let's spend the next 2 or 3 minutes. Tell me a reason why dodgeball should be allowed in school. A reason. Nice and loud so we can all hear. Radu.
It should be allowed because if it's properly supervised,
Okay, you're trailing off. I didn't hear that last part.
if it's properly supervised and it's not like people are targeting other people, then it'll be fine.
Okay, good. So if it's properly supervised, it's okay. Hannah, your opinion.
Can I stand?
Sure, you can stand.
I think that dodgeball should not be banned because it teaches us how to have fast reactions in the body, and also if we have the right equipment as like softer balls so they don't hurt as much when they hit us,
Good.
we would be a lot safer.
Good. Other opinions, Jaden.
I think that dodgeball should be allowed because if it was properly supervised and you were like, if it was properly supervised and you're using the right equipment like softer balls, and then it would be a life lesson for hand-eye coordination and fast reactions in fast decision making.
Good. Priska.
It helps people be more active and have fun.
Carolyn.
It helps people that don't play sports play sport in school and stuff.
Good. So you guys know that I was a PE teacher before I started teaching ELA. And dodgeball was one of my favorite activities to teach. And there were things that I did to help make sure that people were safe and comfortable and not necessarily afraid of the kid that throws really, really hard. Does anyone have any ideas about what you could do to help those people that might be really scared? Maybe that's not somebody who necessarily enjoys PE and doesn't want to get hit in the face by a ball, but with somebody who's on the baseball team throwing as hard as they can. What are some things you could do to make that person feel better?
Say the rules are you can only hit from like the face below.
Okay, that's one thing. Al, what else could you do?
Hit some people.
Okay, so the equipment definitely matters. Jaden?
Limit the hard throwers' amount of force.
Okay.
Headshot, you're out.
A headshot and you're out. Yep. Hannah?
Make sure that they're wearing not very thin clothing
Okay.
so it doesn't hurt as much.
Padding. Okay. Terrell? Should we come back to you?
Yeah.
Sierra?
Underhand toss and not strikes.
Could be underhand toss. How about if people if somebody gets out, rather than have them sit out and watch the rest of the class play, what could a rule be? What could you do to get those people back in the game? So let's say you're the first person on your team to get hit and you have to go sit out. How could we get those people active so they're not just sitting there watching? Ready?
That person tell who got that and if that person is out.
Okay, so like if you threw it and got me out, if somebody gets you out, then I get to go back in? Yep. Anyone have any other? There's a rule that I used to use to help get the game going a little faster. Jaden, do you remember?
If one of your teammates catches the ball, then
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah, if you catch the ball in the air, if somebody on your team catches it in the air, then that person's out and you get to come in. Priska.
Maybe like 30 seconds and then you can come back.
Okay, so have a time. Good. Hannah.
If like a ball like gets out of the main like rectangle of
Yeah.
the gym, you're able to grab it and throw it at somebody. If you take them out, you're able to come back in.
Oh, that's a good idea. Jose.
Like if the person got you eliminated, that one of your teammates could throw the ball at the person who eliminated you, and if he gets eliminated, you're back in.
Oh, okay. I like that. All right. I need to collect these papers. Please make sure your name is on it. One person, turn them into the basket for us. Another person, please collect books and